into a random game like this. It's just going to be Team Red and Team Blue, so we're going to be going through the picks and bans. Bear with us if there are some technical difficulties, as we are in the process of making sure that this duo queue thing works out, or duo casting, sorry, not duo queuing thing, works out, and we will fix those technical errors as time goes on, and we get all of this underway.
Yeah, I am a little green on one side, aren't I? So either way, we're going into the champ select here. We see a Teemo ban coming from the purple team already, followed up by an Ahri ban from the blue team. I think that one's a little bit stronger. Ahri definitely a very, very prominent champion in solo queue right now. I see her 2 out of 3 games all the time. She's very, very strong, hard to counter in lane, has the great sustain, has escape potential, assassination potential. They really want to remove her from this.
Sorry, keep going.
All right, I was going to let you fill in.
No,
but,
I'm still doing the status update.
Going.
I'm still doing the status update right now, so go for it. What was your status? Something about we're back, shoutcasting with Jake Kelton?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do the exact opposite of that. I'm going to say we're back, shoutcasting with Chrono. Frost.
So we see Morgana and Tristana also coming out as bans on the blue side there. So again, very, very popular bans. These guys are going for the these solo queue bans. 3 very, very powerful champions right now. Morgana with that black shield, the great engage with her dark binding, and Tristana with the insane late game with her very potent attack speed and long range mobility with that rocket jump. And we see the first pick Vi from the blue team.
The other thing I saw with a lot of Tristana, or at least I've heard a lot of complaints when I'm playing ranked games, is that she has incredible resets. When she gets that reset on her jump ability, she can then just hop, 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 and it's like playing a little bit of bunny hop game on the enemy team when everyone's so low health. So one of the things I see a lot of Tristanas do when they do play is that they kind of wait on the back line until both teams kind of get a little bit low health, and then they come in and they just clean up all of the kills with that continual reset on the jump, which is just so powerful.
So we're gonna see what we get from the purple side here. We see again some very strange bans from the purple side. We have Teemo, Annie, and Poppy. Annie, I'd say, is the only legitimate ban here. If someone doesn't like playing against her, she has an insane amount of burst. You always have to time. Make sure you know when her flash is up, because those flash tippers engage from Annie are definite team fight changers. And we see Riven solo only insta-locking that first pick Riven. So.
Riven solo only. No way. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to understand something
I probably could have guessed that.
Because I've seen Riven solo only before. Like, I've played with that guy before. And I don't know. Our RVL was a new person who came in, so he had to have been in this custom game before we joined in. There's no way that's really crazy. Because I know I've been friends with Riven solo only. There's no way. Yeah, Riven solo only in game. What the heck even? That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, he had to have been in this custom game. Random custom game he decided to join that we were already a part of.
I had an experience with one of those before. I was playing with this one guy. He's well known in the community. I'm not going to mention his name though. And I managed to get on stream and I was playing with him. And we had a player on our team called Fiddlesticks Bot. It was a player that actually got the name Fiddlesticks Bot, and I thought that was hilarious. And then I ran into him a day later in just an ARAM game.
Oh,
he was
my
my
gosh.
team 10, and I thought that was hilarious. So.
Well, we have the unnamed picking a Pantheon, so the unnamed Pantheon. We call him Mantheon for this game. I believe he actually has a Chinese name. It's a bunch of Chinese characters, however, typically, especially for
we don't
English.
have the text resources on this client.
Exactly, the text resources doesn't understand it, and so I've also seen like the little error symbol across it because it doesn't understand. But in this particular case, we have a Mr. Unnamed Mantheon coming in here, and then Absolute Top Tower picking up a Lucian, who is one of my favorite ADCs currently in the game. Great fight potential, great team fight potential, and massive wave clear with the culling late game. Just beautiful.
And we see a lot of assassination on the purple team here. I think Xerath is the best pick out of those 3. He's hovering over the Zed as well, but Xerath gets locked in as well, and looks like we get a Braum too. But with Riven being an AD assassin who builds a lot of armor pen, goes in, throws down a burst, and Kha'Zix's doing the exact same thing, I feel Zed would have been a weaker pick. Xerath definitely rounds out the team. He'll throw down some great AoE magic damage from afar, and definitely set up for a good team fight.
Yep, and I think the Braum pick is also an excellent pick. He provides that potential for very hard CC. He not only slows and has some great knockups on top of it, however, he provides a lot of that potential CC as well, because once somebody makes use of his passive and procs it that 4th time they are stunned, and he can do that to multiple people. So it's actually a little bit better of a stunning team fight locking or even single pick champion than other picks like Leona, where Leona can only really burst down one person unless she happens to have all of the enemy team in a perfect single tight group to use her Eclipse on. So instead, I love this Braum pick. Great pick for the team. Riven able to just add in a couple of those extra hits and get that stun lock. Be awesome.
Yeah, that's fantastic as well. I don't know. Corki's a strong pick. There's a lot of he puts down a lot of magic damage, a lot of AoE, but I think Caitlyn might be better for the Braum lane, just because he needs a champion who can throw down those auto attacks reliably to get the stun, and the rest of the team doesn't really have that. Both Riven and Kha'Zix are more caster based, and with Caitlyn with those autos, going to be throwing down the stun from Braum's what's his passive called?
I'm
I don't
not
remember the
positive
name of
myself. We'll check that once we're in game.
But yeah, and we see Syndra on the other team. Syndra, all around great champion. Doesn't have an escape.
Concussive blows. That's what his passive
Concussive
is
blows. That's what it is. Yeah. I forgot I could look that up.
Yeah, you actually click on the champion.
I could just click on his. Yeah, okay, that's a lot easier.
Lesson learned.
We see a double heal bot lane for the purple team. I don't know how great that is. I haven't had good experiences with it myself. I feel Ignite or Exhaust would be stronger on Braum, but we'll see if this pays off.
I actually think that it will pay off a little bit better for this, again, as you said earlier, this picking champions off option, because what happens is usually you don't end up in a full 5v5 team when you're single picking targets off here and there, and having 2 different heals means that Caitlyn can be bottom lane wave clearing while Braum's in an actual 3v3 fight, and he can still use that heal to heal up. But he switched against it and said no, and said we're going to go Exhaust.
All right,
proving me wrong, and goes with the typical Exhaust for support. I liked it, Braum, but then you changed it up and made me bite my tongue on that one. But we also have a Janna and a Syndra, which I absolutely love the Syndra pick. But as we start off, we want to make sure that we get this before we go into analysis. What we're going to do is run through all the champions and their players real fast here. Why don't you go ahead, Chronofrost, start with your side, the blue team, and run through everyone there.
All right, thanks, Jake. So on the blue team, let me try this again. So on the blue side, we have Where's My Tibbers playing Vi in the jungle. We have our unnamed Pantheon because the League client doesn't have the text resources. He'll be taking top lane, I believe. We have Absolute Top Power in the mid lane playing Syndra. We have Tough Game on Janna playing support. And Challenger Feeder on Lucian as the marksman for blue team.
Gotta love that name, Challenger Feeder. Over here on the purple team, we have the very strange Riven solo only, who is, I just still can't believe that either he accidentally got into the game or somehow snuck his way in before Brooklyn, New York, and the rest of them came in. But playing that Riven in the top lane, solo Riven, or Riven solo only. Brooklyn, New York with the Kha'Zix in the jungle. Garusun playing that Xerath in the mid lane. Skyfall Skyfall playing Braum in the support lane bottom lane, and RVL Ibasizao playing the Caitlyn in the bottom lane AD role. It's not fair. I have all of the hard names to say. You have all the easy. Tough game, absolute.
Hey, you gave me the blue team. This was your own decision. You threw this upon yourself.
It's true. Hey, the hater has arrived. Thank you, Checkmate, for jumping in here. Again, Checkmate, I will be attempting to get to you so that way you can be a part of the analyst desk afterwards. Something we're working out right now is how to be able to get multiple webcams running all at the same time, and we're going to see if we can do that, but I need another week or two to be able to actually pull that all together. So blue teams comp crushes purple teams. That's what you think. I was going to throw out there that I love the Syndra pick because Syndra to me seems like an all-powerful mid lane. It's very rare to see somebody who picks a Syndra that isn't confident with her, and she has so much damage, wave clear, team stun capabilities. Her ult follows you after you've flashed. I mean, stuff like that is really, really scary to deal with, and I love that Syndra pick.
Yeah, she just brings so much to the table with her comp. She's definitely stomps the early game. She can hold full lane control, zoning people out with those balls. They don't even want to go near them because just the threat of getting into a position where she can scatter the weak, send it back, stun them up, and maybe even set up for a gank. So, and then as you said in the late game, the huge AoE stun potential, the assassination potential if she builds a Deathfire Grasp. She's just a very, very scary champion, and we'll see
how it goes. As we are into game now. Now, the interesting thing, for those of you guys who do watch me solo queue, I've had a lot of errors with my client on the scaling size for the monitor. I'm really having some weird issues on that. We'll see if that attacks me when I'm doing spectating, because when I'm playing League, it has issues. I don't know yet about spectating. It does seem, so yeah, my overlay's not going to fit for the moment. Don't worry, it's not going to work right now, but it will get fixed once we're in game. I'm still trying to figure out why it does that. For some reason, the game always constantly defaults to the smallest monitor size, or small screen, like in-game screen size possible. So I then have to correct it and switch it over to the max screen size every single time that I load in. And I've never seen this error before, and I have no idea yet how to fix it. I keep playing little things here, playing little things there, so.
Sorry, I'm just making sure all my settings are okay. I'm just getting into game now. It took me a while to actually get into this loading screen, and I'm actually quite impressed by how nice your UI is over there, or your all the background images. I really need to get to work on that. You get it all set up nicely. Yeah, your overlays. Even get the Twitch chat on the side. That's a nice touch that I'd really like to add. So.
Yep. Yeah, for some reason, it seems like everyone from the game actually jumped onto your stream because my link just wasn't working.
Yeah.
Didn't go through. So everyone, say hi, everyone, on Chronofrost's side. Yeah, there's what I need to do, another thing we should do is put, like, in our main info is a link to each other, and that way both people can go back.
I posted your link in the Twitch chat immediately.
Yeah,
but,
I'll do the same.
Oh, and here we are getting into the game.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead, and as you can see, I have to switch over to that
1920
by 1080. Ah, there we go. All right, so.
Oh. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, it still seems that my mic is really quiet and your mic is fine. I'm not exactly sure why. You can hear me fine, correct?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you just fine. That's what I was doing on the loading screen. I was getting a friend to test for me. He said you two both have similar volumes on my stream. We both sound the same.
Okay, so yeah, so that should
now we're in game, so we'll get the comparison from that too.
Right, that it's on your, or it's not on Skype's side. It means it's on the OBS settings side that my mic is really quiet. So I have to figure out what's going on there and fix that. Again, as we said, this is our first time duo casting together, so we're gonna have a little bit of technical issues we're gonna have to fix in the process. But bear with us. We will get this underway, and that way, for those of you guys who haven't heard, we are the going to be the official casters for One Shot GG in their tournaments, and they have their next tournament coming up in the very first and 2nd of November. Ooh, Caitlyn getting a little bit of poke with that Pillar of Peacemaker on Lucien. He's already recalling. He's like, you know what? It's not even worth sticking around.
Yeah, he's got time. We're a minute and 15 seconds in. Actually, Braum might be able to get this.
He gets the pass and he's done.
The tenting blows are on. Lucian actually has to flash over the wall. The 4th stack almost landing. Not gonna get stunned up. He's gonna head back. He might actually even miss the first few minions here, giving Caitlyn the experience advantage.
That could have been first blood if Caitlyn had actually been there with Braum walked around the side, but she was in the dragon pit and trying to get in range to auto attack over the wall and didn't quite make it before Lucien flashed over the wall. However, if she had been with Braum, she could have hit him for that last stack of the stun. I don't know if they would have killed him or not. It's possible if they could put that much damage on him early game. She did start with the Doran's play, so she has some good damage. But before I was really interrupted by the players making a big play. Again, the very first of next month, November 1st and 2nd, will be One Shot GG's next tournament. There are some huge prizes coming out there. Lots of RP for you guys if you want to go join that. So if you're enjoying it, go and watch it. Lucien, I was watching the stream. That's why he was so AFK. Yeah, I get that all the time. All
right, so
go ahead.
Yeah, we see them duking out in the top lane here. Riven, did she actually start with her E? I gotta check on that. Riven, yeah, she did. She started with her Valor there, so giving herself a little bit of a shield. She's taking some damage here. Pantheon definitely has the lane control with his spear shot.
Yeah, in the mid lane as well, it's going to be Syndra taking control against the Xerath. Got a little bit of early burst on him, so he's going to have to play it safe until he uses those potions to himself up.
We actually might see a little bit of a jungle invade here. Vi is waiting off in the wing. He sees Kha'Zix here. He's going to go in. Boltbreaker goes in, dealing some serious damage. Vi actually gets the red buff steal. Kha'Zix flashes over the wall. Vi follows with her own flash. The red buff is not on her, but he's going to get into the tower. He's going to get out, but Kha'Zix still very, very far behind, considering Vi got that spike.
No, she's going to come behind Riven right now. There's Pantheon up here as well. She's going to at least knock her back. She flashes! Riven lives and just gets to the tower as well. So
out of the weak, landing onto Xerath there. A bit more damage going down. And looks like he's just going to back out as well. Mid lane in favor of the blue team right now.
So red team really... Oh! barrier from Xerath, saving his life as she continues to get a little more damage, and the Ignite I don't think will kill him, but he's blinking red. I'm gonna have to back very, very quickly. She might be able to tower dive him for that. She is still almost at full health. But so far, blue team just doing very, very well in lane. Vi with her jungle jumping onto Kha'Zix, forcing him to back out and stealing his red buff away, I believe it was. I actually couldn't see there if Kha'Zix had that red buff or not. But a lot of damage back and forth. Nice knockout from Gianna the Tornado, knocking at both Braum and Caitlyn. However, she has very little damage to put out there. Might get stunned by Caitlyn, trying to get back in there to use that third proc passive, the concussive blows. Not going to quite find it. However, again, both these teams very aggressive starting off. Blue team catching a little bit of a lead, 400 gold in the lead, and it'll be crazy to see where it goes from here.
So we see, yep, still a little bit of poke coming out. In the, actually I should swap these around. Look at the CS in the top lane. That is something that's very, very dramatically in favor of the blue team right now. We see 23-7 Pantheon and Riven. So, yeah, blue team has a fantastic advantage up there. In the bot lane as well, we see 28 for Lucian compared to 24 on Caitlyn, so that's not too far behind. 3-4 CS, nothing huge, but up in the top lane there, 8-26, that is massive. So Pantheon's going to go back, get some great items, and yeah, he's going to need a gank from Kha'Zix, but I don't know if that's going to happen just yet because he's so far behind.
Oh, Checkmate, it actually says in my chat that he's played against this Riven before in solo queue. So apparently Riven solo only gets around. A lot of people interactions with her in that top lane. But 8 farm on that Riven. Kha'Zix coming in trying to help out. There's going to be a little bit of CC on the Pantheon. She's going to continue to chase in. The slow from Kha'Zix going to be there. Flash from Pantheon. Try and make his way out. The jump from Kha'Zix. And he says, maybe not. Maybe not. I don't want to do this. Oh, he turns. Gets a little bit of damage onto Vi. She's going to back off as well. So a little bit of playful touching back and forth in that top lane. And still no first blood. Pantheon almost went down, but they couldn't quite get enough damage to finish it.
Scout of the Week comes out there from Syndra onto Xerath. A lot of damage going down. Is Xerath going to make it out? Another Q comes down, and yeah, he's just going to walk away. So Syndra's Ignite still not up. That probably would have cleaned up the kill, but Syndra still has full lane control right now. 8 CS ahead, which again isn't huge, but we can see she has the lead of items right now. A Fiendish Codex compared to a second Orin strength for Xerath.
It's so fascinating to see these teams, considering that blue team has that early gold lead. Xerath getting a nice stun onto absolute top tower, a little more poke. Gonna use his ultimate, one proc, one off, and the third lands at Kha'Zix sleeping in, asking for an assist and not gonna find it, having to go head back towards the jungle. But Xerath with a beautiful ultimate, playing the Syndra's low movement speed at the beginning of the game. She actually has a very slow movement speed and as well didn't have any boots, so very hard to dodge that Xerath ultimate, especially this early into the game.
Looks like I'm having a bit of lag frame rate issues on my stream here, so I'm just going to adjust a couple settings. I'm going to let you take over for just a minute here while I
Not a problem.
work
Go
these
for it.
technical settings. It's been a while since I've streamed. Got to make it through.
Technical stuff here, but Braum getting a nice stun. The flash heal from Gianna. Will it save her? The flash from Braum as well. He's under the tower. Gonna take heavy tower damage. Uses his heal. Not gonna be enough. It's actually Caitlyn using the heal. Gonna use it. Piltover Peacemaker almost lands on the Gianna, but she lives just out of range, as well as Lucian dashing off to the side. Now Kha'Zix coming down here, seeing if he can clean up some of these kills, but Vi's gonna find him out. He's gonna chase in. This Caitlyn solo health. She wants this Lucian to go down. She's gonna get his passive double shot, but gonna take him down first. And now both of them turning on to Vi, who's not tanky enough. Double kill over to Caitlyn. Vi going down as well. So some great plays there. A lot of damage onto Riven in the top lane. Gonna be taken out as well. Pantheon tanking the tower hard. But now Xerath following up with this attack in that top lane. Following Syndra up here has her down to about a third health here, trying to get some damage. Pantheon coming in, gonna get this done. Will it be enough? Those spears flying around. Can he get back to the tower? Flashes, dodging Scout of the Week from that Syndra. Continues to use the AoE over the wall, but he has very little vision. Just has a ward in the bush, but very hard to see around the corner. They might be tower diving here. Gonna try to get some damage. Pantheon underneath the tower blocks that first tower shot and gonna walk away. Has this potion popped as well. Syndra picks up the kill on Xerath. So that was an incredible play there from Pantheon, and that he knew he had that single tower block. He would die within 2 tower shots, but because he had that passive with blocking the first tower shot. He could throw the spear just to tank that tower for the single shot and then back off, allowing Syndra time to come in and finish Xerath off before both of them could back off safely. So amazing plays there from that Pantheon,
Yeah,
knowing
fantastic
exactly
work
when to
there.
go and when to get out. So
We see Xerath coming back from base now. He has a Chalice of Harmony on him, so he's gonna have a lot more mana regen. Pantheon going in with the man drop in the top lane. Riven getting the keepers down. Blade of the Exile going out for that extra damage. Will it be enough? The Wind Slash is going to come out shortly, but I think she might just fall. Going to have to flash out, just barely surviving. Vi comes in with the Vault Breaker flash, throws down the Assault and Battery, and take...
I love the Assault and Battery kills. Causing her way just up to the side. The burst damage onto Vi. Will it be enough? Final Q will finish her off and take one kill over two Kha'Zix, finally starting to kill. The thing about Kha'Zix is that once he starts snowballing, it's very hard to stop him. And now he has 101 and a little bit of farm over this Vi. And the fact that Vi keeps being taken out is a good thing for red team. As now this Xerath coming in the bottom lane, the flash from Lucian. That actually, I think that the Monsoon from Janna stopped Xerath's ultimate. He couldn't finish it. However, beautiful damage. So Xerath not only throws out the Q to finish off Lucian, but it opens the hole for Caitlyn's ace in the hole to fly past and finish off Janna as well. So great plays there between both of them, even if it's accidental. And now back and forth between these two mid laners, now towards the bottom lane. Who will get the stun first? It looks like the Syndra will take the lead there. Xerath just not having the distance he needed for his burst damage to be truly effective, and Syndra finished him off there. So a lot of kills back and forth between these two teams. Honestly, that might be a stream highlight there, is that moment when Xerath throws out, what is his Q called? Remind me again?
I'm not even sure. Arcano Pulse?
Arcano Pulse, something there. Throws out the Arcano Pulse to finish off Lucian, which kills him, but he would have been in the way of Caitlyn's ace in the hole, but the ace in the hole flies past his dead body to hit Janna and finish her off. So honestly, I was just like, I don't know if they purposefully did that or not. If they did, that's some serious pro plays right there and playing to each other's strengths. If not, that was a great accident that happened and got them both kills down there.
Yeah, fantastic work. We did see a little bit of a gank in the mid lane. Kha'Zix jumped in, forced the flash out of the jungler Kha'Zix, and Syndra flashed as well, just to get away safely. So here we see in the top lane again, Riven going in for a little bit of damage. I don't imagine this will be an all-in, but she's losing this trade hard. Ignite goes down onto Pantheon. He takes him down though. Kha'Zix here with the Void Assault, cleaning up that kill as well. So 1 for 1 in the top lane. Pantheon gets the kill for the red team, and Kha'Zix gets the kill for... Sorry, I have those colors backwards. I'll just stay quiet for a second. Let me regain my thoughts.
That's quite all
Sorry,
right.
I'm trying to fix my quality here, and I'm trying to manage both things at once. If I need to stream, if I need to showcast, I need to focus. So.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Yeah, what I love is that Kha'Zix is really continuing to hit that top lane hard. I know that Riven continues to die, but she also gets assists every time that Kha'Zix finishes a kill on that Pantheon. Now he's coming into the mid lane, jumping in onto Syndra. Will it be enough? The Assault and Battery tries to stop him, but Xerath picking up that kill. And now Garusin's going to go down as the man dropped from Pantheon. Going to finish him off as well. It's actually Vi that picks up that kill. The nice wall from Braum trying to defend Caitlyn. They are going to get knocked in the air as the wall goes down. However, they were able to safely disengage from that one. So in the bottom lane, Janna, the queen of disengage, is actually continuing to engage with those tornadoes. Braum, being, playing that very passive support, is just trying to keep both of these members, especially that Lucian's damage, off of his Caitlyn and keep her alive. Doing well so far. 3-1-0 for that Caitlyn.
We see the Infinity Edge almost done on here. Let's actually check on how much gold she has. She does have enough to go back and finish it right now. Just choosing to opting to stay in lane here. Poke Lucian back, does not want any of those minions to go to waste. She's going to push the lane a little more first, then probably go back, pick up that item, because if you have an item advantage over your opponent, you really want to stress it, put it to good use, and hopefully pick up another kill.
So 10 kills to 8. Blue team still a little bit in the lead. About 2k gold there, but we've seen 2k gold is actually so often that average amount when one team's doing just a little bit better than the other team. But that 2k gold switches hands so quickly as we get to the mid and late game. Pantheon doing a little bit of proxy farming, but might be the death of him. Riven going in. She's got the ultimate down as well. Both of them stunning back and forth, but Xerath here to help out as well. That Arcane Pulse No, he threw the stun. I forget what the name of his stun is called, but he just threw it off to the side. I guess thinking that Pantheon was going to flash the wall. But now Braum going to go down. Lucian getting a lot of damage. Syndra chasing it on to Xerath.
Monsoon coming out here, just trying to keep Lucian alive. Here we see Kha'Zix come in with the Void Assault, throwing down the Void Spikes on Janna, keeping her aside. Lucian, nowhere really to go. Going to see if he can pick up a kill on Caitlyn. No, he falls. Caitlyn picks up the kill on that one. Kha'Zix picks up Janna with the Void Spikes, and that's a 2-for-0 exchange in the bot lane in favor of Red Team.
Yeah, I love that the resets on that Void Spikes is so quick, as well as he maxed it really early, so he has that wide spread. You can kind of throw it into just a general direction in a bush, and more than likely it's going to hit somebody, whoever's hiding in that bush. So doing a fantastic job there by pinging to Pantheon saying, hey, Syndra, or I think she's pinging blue buff to signal to Syndra to come pick that up and help her. But she's doing really well so far, 6-2, on top of now having blue buff as well. That is good news for a Syndra. Good news.
Very, very strong. But what she needs to do here is translate her advantage into the other lanes. She's dominating the mid lane. She needs to continue, or she needs to start getting the bot lane going, getting the top lane going even stronger, and this is exactly what she's doing here. Stun goes in onto Riven there, Scout the weak, locking her up, and she just explodes. Red team does take the dragon off of that though, so I'd still say that's in favor of the red team.
Red team, yeah, coming back slowly but surely now, only 1,000 gold behind, even though there's still 2 kills behind. Kills are very different than gold. I've seen it over and over again, in which a team has less kills but actually more gold than the enemy. Vi, actually, I think she meant to jump over the wall and instead hit the Kha'Zix, using Assault and Battery to dodge the Xerath ultimate, and then finishes the kill onto Kha'Zix with the help of Janna as well. And now Xerath in a bad spot. Vi coming in for the assist with that Assault Breaker, not going to find it though. Now Caitlyn, very low health, but calling for Lucy, going to finish her off. Continue to damage Braum from the backside. He doesn't have the wall down to soak up the damage. Double kill to Lucy, and Challenge Feeder doing a fantastic job with that. And Tough Game with all of those knockups from the Tornadoes, doing a great job of keeping that enemy team CC'd. So while Red Team did get a slight advantage with that Dragon, they have immediately turned around and lost it as Blue Team dominated them, grabbing a couple picks here, and now should get 3 towers off of that. The mid lane tower going to Syndra, top lane to Pantheon, and bottom lane to between this Lucian and Janna should be able to take it no problem.
I'd just like to take note and mention that apparently I fixed all my stream issues. Everything's smooth and nice now, so going to focus 100% on this. And hopefully no more issues from here. So bugs worked out. Let's get back to casting.
Yeah, it's on my side as well. I think the audio kind of cleaned up. A lot of people were saying that the audio, you're a little bit louder than me. That's no problem at all. I'm totally okay with that. You're better at me anyway. Or better than me anyway. So no problem there. So Flash is trying to live, but again, he jumps off to the side, but the Syndra ultimate follows him. Riven now getting the stun on the Pantheon, the Chinese named Pantheon. Xerath's still here though. Again, he's got double buff. The burst from Xerath too strong. And Grusin picks up yet another kill on this Pantheon.
Yeah, more than enough to take him down. Pantheon now, he's sitting on 2,000 gold. Let's see what he's going to pick up. He's got the Tiamat. I imagine he'll finish the Hydra, maybe get some boots. But he has just got such a huge lead. He has more than double Riven CS in the top lane right now. 128 to 63. We see a large gap in the mid lane as well, 109 to 81. And we're only 16 minutes in, and we see this is... Yes, they gave up a dragon, but Blue Team definitely in a very good spot right now. Vi going in with the Vault Breaker onto Xerath. I don't imagine he's going to get out of this one. Nope, the denting blows come out, dealing that last big burst of damage. He gets taken down.
Yeah, not only her auto attack damage, but having the red buff as well, slowing the enemy from being able to back off. He didn't have flash up. He had no way to get out of that one. There was a small opportunity if he had stunned her, but I think that he just got jumped on too quickly and didn't have the stun available to stop him. The thing is that if Red Team had just backed off from that...
Hold on, so much damage going in here. Unbreakable not going to save him. Lucian with the Eye of the Storm on him, dealing so much damage. Kha'Zix goes in. Piercing Light going to deal huge damage. Janna Monsoon not going to save her. Ace in the hole coming up from Caitlyn at almost point-blank range. The heal coming up from Lucian, and Syndra comes in from the other side with the Scout of the Reek Powerball combo, taking him down. And that was, what was it, a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of Blue Team?
Yeah, 3-for-1. I honestly feel, oh, the last one! Xerath with the last Arcane Barrage, finishing him off. That was beautiful job from Xerath, following him. Lucian dodged the first one with his Reckless Assault dash, then flashed the second one, but had no more escapes left. This Sarah's doing work, bouncing back and forth, but the Syndra ultimate says, I don't care. That's going to follow you no matter where you go. And the ultimate's so strong, finishing him off. That was some amazing plays there on the Xerath. Like, just a hand clap quick there for Xerath, dodging everything. And Syndra is finally like, you know what? You dodged everything. Here's the ultimate in your face. Take it.
Yeah, Unleashed Power came out, finished him off. Pantheon came in with the Grand Skyfall as well, just to be the cheerleader there, just to say, yeah, go, go. And here we see Vi going in, Assault and Battery going down on the Kazakhs again. Void Assault going to give him a little bit of stealth. Not going to happen, though. Vi going in, just a monster right now. Pantheon flanks from the side, throwing down the stuns. Just so much damage coming out from these three members, cleaning up champions all across the map. And we'll see what they take off of this. Dragon's up in 2 minutes. They've still got some time on that. Arcano Pulse. Oh, here comes the stun from Xerath, though. Is he going to have enough damage? Yes, he does. The last Arcano Pulse takes him down. Vi just focused on the white here. And they're just going to all head back to base.
This Vi, though, with blue buff back and forth. This stun from Xerath, stopping her over the wall. Nice job there. I don't know if he had vision on that or not, but not going to have vision on the Pantheon. He's just going to stun underneath the tower, tanking it, no problem. Lucian with the help. Pantheon did pick up that kill, and now, regardless of minions, they're going to get a little bit of damage on the tower before backing off, and now minions finally showing up. So the calling from Lucian did go down, and it caused Caitlyn to at least back off to the side. However, she's going to ace in the hole. I think she was doing that on the Lucian, and Janna stepped in front of that and lost about half her health to it. So Caitlyn does have damage, however, didn't go down onto the Lucian as they continue to change. Skyfall now jumping in on Challenge Feeder. He's trying to back off. There's the wall as well, but here goes Pantheon from the side. Going to leave on to Kha'Zix. Is that going to be enough? He's going to turn straight on to him. The damage back and forth with the help of the Piltover Peacemaker from Caitlyn. Brooklyn, New York, going to take that kill and his blue buff back. Says thank you very much. This is what I wanted all along. Buff transfer complete.
Yeah, fantastic work there. It looks like blue buff's going to be handed over to Syndra here, who was invisible on my screen for just a moment. She's back now. She's back in the game. I was actually scared that Lucian and Janna were going to fall in the bot lane there. Braum did land the Q on him. That the concussive blows were on, and I thought he was going to get stunned up, but they all turned their focus onto the Pantheon.
A Janna Monsoon knocked the Braum and Caitlyn back, and then once they got knocked back further than where they wanted, they saw that Pantheon and Kha'Zix fighting off to the side and simply decided to turn on him. By the time they finished that kill, Lucian and Janna had already left. Janna's passive with that extra speed boost helps a lot in that. Is that no longer is it global, it just helps the rest. Syndra dominating Xerath once again in that mid lane. We saw earlier where he was almost full health and she just threw the ult down. Now she's doing it on to Kha'Zix. He's going to leap in, though. He's got the help of Caitlyn just off to the side using that, oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it. This is ultimate. Utah.
The Void Assault. Now we see Braum coming in with the Glacial Fissure, knocking up Syndra there. Scout of the Week coming out, locking up Braum. They're going to be taken down. So that is a 3-4. Did anyone die on the blue team? I don't think so. So 3-0, they're going to look to take down this tower.
Yeah, they chased in on Syndra, but with the help of Pantheon and Janna showing up, there's no way they're going to get that. And now the super fed Pantheon jumping in onto Riven. However, she's going to bunny hop her way to safety. They are underneath the tower here, so this could be really bad for them. Pantheon doesn't even care, getting a little damage onto Xerath. And this tower going to just go down. Look at them letting... Aw, Pantheon, I thought you were going to let the minions take it. Friendly neighborhood minions. So blue team picked up the first dragon for them, but second dragon of the game. So evening up those dragon kills, and now just completely in control of this game. It went from being rather even to blue team just destroying the game now. 10k gold practically in the lead, doubling the kills that purple team has, which is just incredible. So, or red team, I guess.
Yeah, they are in a fantastic position right now. We saw the power of the Deathfire Grasp coming out from Syndra in that last fight. That's what allowed her to pick off Xerath so fast. Meanwhile, we see an engage down here. Lucian very, very cut out. Relentless Pursuit and Janna's Tailwind not going to save him there. Exhaust goes out into Janna as well. Monsoon for the disengage, but the Xerath ult, the right of the Arcane, going to take her down. She gets obliterated, and that's 2 free kills for the red team. If there was a way for them to climb back into the game, that's a good first step.
Yep, they have to be able to grab these picks, though. That 4v2 is what makes them so powerful.
Wow.
Look again, Syndra just bursting Xerath down. Once she gets one of those balls, slowing Xerath down, she can throw the ult and it just finishes him off no problem. Kha'Zix, with the help of his passive, he's going to have a little bit extra damage.
Pantheon is out of mana here, but the auto attacks prove to be very, very strong, along with that Hydra passive, the cleave from that. And we see a collapse onto Pantheon here. Is he going to get out? He's trying to recall.
He's just off to the side, though. Going to get stunned by Riven. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. We see Braum and Pantheon duking it out here. Meanwhile, Riven probably going to get away from Syndra. Nope, the Scout of the Week is far too much. And Pantheon actually manages to solo Braum up there. Pantheon was very low, out of mana, but he's just way too far ahead, and Braum not having all that much damage. Caitlyn getting caught out here by Syndra, thinking she could take her down. Not even close, though. Xerath coming in, misses the stun onto Syndra. Eye of the Storm on her as well, keeping her alive, and just so much burst coming out from her.
So that was Syndra's opportunity to dodge all of Xerath's attack and kind of bounce back and forth between all of them and then move
showing him
kill.
She's got her dancing shoes on too, so fantastic work from her. And blue team, Lucian taunting up here in the mid lane. No minions to go in on that tower. Meanwhile, Vi working on that top one.
So yeah, with the Pantheon and Braum in that top lane, Braum did get the concussive blows passive stacks, did get the stun the Pantheon. However, he has no damage. He's all about the CC and just trying to allow the kills for his help or for his teammates, and they didn't have the damage. They weren't there for it. So in that 1v1, he was going to go down. Nice knock up on the Janna and Syndra though, and both of them are going to go down. Caitlyn picking up those kills. However, in the meantime, Lucian picking up Braum and Pantheon. 1v1ing Riven's going to take her down. He's doing that this whole game. However, there's going to be 3 red team right now jumping straight onto Pantheon. He can't take the heat and is going to go down. Brooklyn, New York picking up that kill. Vi and Lucian, the only 2 still up for blue team. Vi's getting ready to charge in. Instead, he's going to back off to the side. The flash from Caitlyn, getting some damage on a challenge feeder. However, Vi coming in with that Assault and Battery onto Caitlyn. She's going to back off from that one. And now continuing to leap off to the side. Blue team went in, tried to get the Caitlyn out, and then said, "No, let's just back off. Let's just back off."
So that was a good that was a 2v2 originally. The teams came out two kills for each team originally. But then blue team overextended just a little bit. Pantheon got caught out. He got taken down as well. I felt that was purple team's time to collapse on them, but I don't feel they went in as strongly as they could have. Blue team managed to disengage. They got out of there, and red team really needs to try a little harder to pick up these kills. I don't know if, wow, Caitlyn takes him down with one hit, that static shiv on her, giving her so much extra magic damage. 100 extra magic damage from the static shiv, and it can crit as well.
I think that
So,
was
was that Affinity Edge?
450 health that she single auto attacked Lucian for and destroyed him. That's scary. That's scary when you have that much damage. So blue team definitely going to have to beware of the Caitlyn. But you can see, though, that they spend so much to take her out, and there's a reason for that. Vi consistently uses the Assault and Battery on the Caitlyn alone. Pantheon continues to leap in. Now they're going to find Xerath, though, catch him out. That Pantheon stun so strong, just sets up these kills for Syndra over and over again.
So here we see a bit of both, a bit of poke coming out from both teams here. The power balls coming out from Syndra there, not going to connect onto Kha'Zix. I feel he's got all his damage items. He really needs to get tanky now because they are failing these team fights hard. Deathfire Grass goes on, Caitlyn takes her down. Vi follows Kha'Zix all the way through the jump with that Assault and Battery. He gets taken down by Pantheon. The Unbreakable from Braum not going to be enough to save him there, and Riven is on her own here. She's going to try and defend this tower single-handedly, but this inhibitor tower is for sure going to fall in the inhib soon after.
Blue team should have no problem taking this tower and the inhibitor as well. Pantheon using the man drop to come in here from behind the lines. Nice stun onto Xerath. Does his team have enough follow-up? He's underneath the tower, gonna go down. Riven picking up that kill. And Xerath flashed to live. He's now on the fountain. However, Lucian so strong, gets the double kill. He used the calling to finish off Riven. A little bit of damage onto Xerath despite the healing of the fountain. And then it was only because of the passive proc from that piercing light to be able to finish off the dual auto attacks that took to take Xerath out.
Oh, Kate's just barely surviving. Unbreakable in the wrong direction. Not going to shield anything from the side when your shield's pointed that way. And it looks like they're going on to these Nexus towers here. Jonas Monsoon going to keep them all healed up in case of any counter invade. Lucian goes in. Relentless Pursuit plus the flash isn't going to be enough. No, it's not. Oh, he does get taken down from over the wall. Caitlyn takes down Lucian as well from afar. The Sheriff of Piltover sniping him down.
Can I just say that I'm really terrible with Syndra's Scatter the Weak, and yet she continues to use those so effectively. It's rather scary. She's always on par, always hitting something with it. That's what she used. She threw one of her balls over the wall and then used Scatter to then follow up on that to finish off the Kha'Zix. And that's frightening when she's that good with it. Just 18-5. There is a reason she is good with this champion.
So we see, oh, almost getting to, there we go. Janna picks up the kill with the double there. And here comes Vi with the flash Vault Breaker. Pantheon takes her down. Syndra does fall in that engage though, so that's very good for red team. She is the main damage source on the blue team. She's actually going for a little bit of defense now. We see the Spectre's Cowl on her. That's definitely going to be made into a Banshee's Veil.
One of my favorite things in games like this, real fast, is if you look at the ADs, despite how different they are, well, actually they're pretty even on the kills, 11-7 to 10-8. Their builds, though, Infinity Edge each, Static Shiv each, Pantheon just chasing Kha'Zix down, takes him out. But Infinity Edge, Static Shiv, Last Whisperer, Speed Boots, literally it's almost even. Caitlyn only picking up a little bit of defense, where Lucy has a little bit extra life steal on the Vamp Scepter. Just amazing how the ADs build exactly the same in these games.
I'd just like to make a shout out to Noob Trolls here in the chat. This guy has been bugging me on the client. I added him on the League client, and he's been bugging me like every single day. Like, when are you going to stream again? Well, I really want you to stream. There's been no one who's wanted me to stream more than him. He just got into the chat, and he's really excited to see me again. So Noob Trolls. We got some fighting going on here, some conflict.
Well, welcome, Noob Trolls. Welcome to the League of Shoutcasting, and it's going to be awesome. This is what we're going to be doing at least 2 times to 3 times a week, and any more times that we can also fill in. We're making sure our schedule matches up here. Blue team has dominated so far after about the, what would you say, the 16-minute mark. They really just put the pedal to the metal and have been on par with a lot of these kills and picks. However, they haven't really taken a huge advantage in the towers yet. They had a couple opportunities they could try to push in. They're playing a very safe game, almost too safe. Pantheon just off to the side, though, going to get stunned. Is it going to be enough? Yes. Again, red team, when they can grab a single person out of position, they can take them out. However, blue team really plays to the strengths of their mobility, and it's just so hard to be able to grab one of them.
Yeah, we see a 3-man Baron going down from the blue team over here. Syndra on the other side just doing a good job zoning, just obliterates Braum. Her whole combo, her Deathfire Grasp, and her Unleashed Power went down onto the support, so she's going to be a little bit vulnerable. They may be able to do something. Losing the support is not too huge. Pantheon is down for the blue team now, so if there ever was a time to engage, it might be coming up when they push under these towers.
Yeah, I think if red team was really confident, they could push up right now and grab at least one middle and tower off, maybe even a top lane tower or something. However, that's about all they're going to get, as once everyone backed off from the Baron buff, they are going to be headed straight down that mid lane, and they're going to be able to defend it just fine. So in these positions, it's really hard to say what will turn a game, because red team is so far behind at this point. They want to play full defense to try to defend their base and not get caught out of position, but when you play full defense, you still lose because there's so much poke on the enemy team. Look at Lucian comboing Caitlyn down with 1 dash to half health. So they have a lot of damage, and here comes Pantheon jumping in with the Manfall.
Zanya's coming out from Xerath here, keeping him alive a little bit. Cullen comes out as well. A lot of damage going down from both sides. Riven, Blade of the Exile coming out. She's going to try and get out. Pantheon flashes in for the spear shot, taking him down. Braum coming in as well. Lucian's going to clean up that kill. Tornado coming out from Jana, just throwing the bag. Kha'Zix comes in with the jump. The Void Assault back out again. Pantheon gets taken down. Here he comes with the resets on the Lucian. The exhaust goes down on Kha'Zix as well, though. Right to the Arcane coming out, trying to clean up Jana. Caitlyn flashes in for that kill. And the Piltover Peacemaker not going to connect onto Lucian, but from being this far behind, that wasn't bad. Meanwhile, Syndra coming in from the back. The fight is not over yet. Syndra cleaning up those 2 kills, and
scoring
blue team just got an ace off of that.
Yep, scoring an ace. Syndra, because she came in the back line, Caitlyn did an incredible job trying to keep Xerath alive, used her heal to not only heal him back up and survive Syndra's initial burst. However, the speed boost almost allowed him to dodge the Scatter of the Weak, but wasn't quite enough, and both of them still went down. Syndra way too strong at this point. They could finish it, I think, honestly.
It's debatable. It's a little risky, but one thing you'll notice about the blue team is that they're building very little resistances. They're ahead, they know it, but they're still going full damage, even this late in the game. We're 32 minutes in, and yes, we see a Banshee's Veil onto Syndra, but that's
about it.
That's nearly it.
Honestly,
we see
I think
Pantheon.
other than the Sunfire Cape that Vi has built, that's literally all of their defensive items. Everything else is full damage. So once you're taken out, it's very quickly to go down. Burst is just so true.
Yeah, Pantheon's the best example. Oh, wow! Xerath just gets obliterated over the wall by that Unleashed power with the Deathfire Grasp combo. Vi coming in, maybe wanted to lead with that Vault Breaker. Not going to happen though. They're just going to back out, play it safe, take their slow engagement to the base here.
I want to note that Syndra didn't even use the Deathfire Grasp. It's still available for her.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Wow. That just shows how far ahead this blue team is here. Kha'Zix almost getting taken down by the culling. He jumps out, and the Unbreakable coming up from Braum, going to soak up some of that. Scout of the Week going to knock Caitlyn back, stun her. Braum going remarkably low. Pantheon coming in with the Grand Skyfall. Assault and Battery onto Caitlyn by inside the fountain range, taking a little bit of a fountain laser there. Kha'Zix going in, trying to take someone down, but he gets obliterated, does not get the resets. That was a 4 for 0, and blue team likely going to close out this game here. Monsoon coming out. Yes, this is blue team's game. They actually want to improve their KDAs a little.
Yeah, they're letting the minions finish it off. Oh, taking a lot of laser damage. Executed for Vi. Touchdown complete. And they're going to let the minions slowly finish off the second Nexus tower. Something to note here is that Riven has not built boots yet. I'm not sure why she went with the log
You're right, I didn't even notice that.
Boots? Yeah, somebody in my channel noted, checkmate noted that Riven hadn't even built boots yet, so blue team knows the game's already over. They're just grabbing up a couple extra skills, full culling onto the enemy team here. I think it was Riven took most of it, but just healed all back because of the fountain. They can't leave or they are dead, so it's just going to be super minions coming in and finishing it off. Oh, Caitlyn using 90 caliber net to dodge a lot of that initial damage. Pantheon takes somebody with him. Lucian picking up the kill on Braum. As everyone, oh, Caitlyn's so low out. Oh, Syndra picks it up just before the game's over. Caitlyn gets credit for the kill thanks to the tower fountain as well, or the fountain laser as well. But those last couple of kills, look at all the dead bodies on the fountain. So many dead bodies. So many dead bodies.
So yeah, blue team picks up the victory there. Quite an outstanding lead, 64 kills, 231. Hold on, let's go back over to the correct scene. Hold on, where'd my camera go? There I am. All right, we're set. So yeah, quite a great lead the blue team had there. We see 24-7 on Syndra. 19,000 gold, almost 20,000 gold when most of the members on the red team didn't even have 10,000.
Yeah, great plays there from blue team. Something to know, as you said earlier, was that Syndra was about 7-2 towards that 16 minutes into the game, and she was doing really well. Every now and then she went towards that top lane to help Pantheon out, even though he was already snowballing so hard. He continually got ganked from Kha'Zix, and since Syndra knew she had the power to not only fast push the mid lane, so that way she could then head towards a separate lane, instead of going towards the bot lane, which was rather even, they just kept going back and forth. Kha'Zix didn't gank that much. Braum didn't gank that, or I mean, sorry, not Braum, Vi didn't gank that much in the bottom lane. They kind of were just a little bit of an island of their own, being that 2v2 in the bottom lane. She then focused instead on that top lane, which allowed Vi to then gank in that bottom lane a couple of times, and those assault and batteries to go on to Caitlyn and get those kills. So she was really smart about where she positioned herself, both in the mid lane, then towards the top lane, instead of focusing on the bottom lane, because Pantheon could have been then crushed into non-existence with Kha'Zix's continual camps in that top lane.
So yeah, we saw some fantastic teamwork out, some great roams from Syndra. After she was ahead, she did the right thing. I don't know how I felt about the Void Staff before the Rabadons. We saw, I didn't get to note this in the game, but there was very little magic resist on the red team at the time, and she opted for the Void Staff first instead of Rabadons. I was a little iffy about that, but everything else, she played fantastically. She actually opted to get a defensive item, which sets her a little bit ahead of the rest of her team. But no, great game overall, and blue team, nice, easy victory.
Yep. So while we don't have our analyst desk set up just yet, we're kind of in the process, I did toss it over to Checkmate in the chat and ask him what his thoughts were on MVP. What he said was it was very difficult for him to give MVP for blue team simply because they were very reluctant to close out the game. They had so much power about that 20-minute mark. It was very easy for them to have just sieged and pushed in Syndra with all of that ranged damage, Pantheon with those man drops. They could have probably closed out the game a lot earlier. However, he said that Syndra's play, kind of what I mentioned earlier, was why she would get MVP. So MVP over to absolute top power. And then for the losing team, he said it's kind of a toss-up between Xerath and Caitlyn. Both played very well, very good games. Xerath had a lot of game, but late game with a lot of those ultimates was always on par. He saved it for somebody he knew that he could kill, and he made sure that they died. And sometimes it's very difficult to get those ultimates off. You have 3 of them, and you have a very short period of time to be able to shoot those, and you have to also calculate the time it's going to take you to throw those. And he did so many extreme max range ultimates that it's really, really well played there. So, however, I'm going to agree with him on saying that Caitlyn actually wins MVP. Overall, she played a solid game. She had one of the least deaths on her team. She had one of the most kills on her team. She knew positioning really well. She knew that her team was losing on the rest of the team fights towards the mid and top, so instead she made sure that in that bottom lane, she did the best that she could do. And sometimes in a game in which you're losing or on the losing side, all you can do is make sure that you play the best game that you can play. You don't make too much of a crazy move here. You don't do anything absolutely crazy there. She always got a kill whenever she went in, and she may have died, but she also made a kill, got a kill as well. So I just loved RVL. I hate your name, RVL Ibasau. Congratulations on MVP for the blue team. So.
I really like this MVP thing you do and the reasoning behind it. I think that's a great addition to the end of a game. And